Hi everyone, this is Dr. Wania from English Road Pediatrics. Today I'm going to be going over infant car seat safety. What I'm going to do is just talk a little bit about different car seats that are available for infants and then show you with a lovely volunteer how to place an infant in the car seat. So the AAP recommends that all infants and toddlers remain in a rear-facing car seat until the age of 2 or until they outgrow the height and weight limits of that car seat. There are 3 different car seats that infants can ride in. This is an infant seat. These are removable from the actual car, and then the base stays in the car. This is rear facing only. Then there's convertible car seats that are rear or forward facing, and there's 3-in-1 car seats that are rear, forward facing, and then eventually convert into a booster seat. So today we have a lovely volunteer with us to help us demonstrate how to place an infant in a car seat. Usually when the car seat comes new out of the box, most of the time the slots are already placed for a small infant, but you can double check and make sure that the straps for the harness are all the way at the lowest setting, and that if there is 2 different slots here at the crotch strap, that it's at the slot closest to the back of the car seat. When you're placing your infant in the car seat, you want to make sure that you put their hips as far back into the seat as you can. And then when you place them in the seat, you want to be sure that the shoulder straps go into a slot that's at or below the level of their shoulders. Okay, now we're going to tighten the straps. You want to be sure as you tighten them that you remove the slack from around the legs. That's usually where some slack is. The chest clip should be at the level of the nipple, or if you put your hand across, you would see it would go right at the level under their armpit. And then to be sure that the straps are tight enough, you can do what's called the pinch test. So you don't, with your fingers, you don't want to be able to pinch anything between your 2 fingers. If you can, then you should tighten it a little bit more. And then you can make sure that it's not too tight by sticking 1 finger underneath them. There can be a 1 finger width between their straps and the infant. Some infants don't like to be in the car seat at first, so you can use a pacifier if needed to soothe them, or a blanket to help them feel like they're swaddled and more secure. Now that they're in the seat, the last thing I want to go over is just some safety tips for the winter time. As the weather gets colder, we want to make sure that our children remain safe and stay warm. We recommend that there is no large puffy jackets that the child wears while in the seat, because those can compress during a crash and have them move underneath the straps. So things you can do are using multiple blankets, and also layering their clothing, using thin layers on their clothing before they are in the car seat. So I have an example here of using a onesie and a sleeper, and then you could layer on top of that more jackets or pants that are thin, or if needed, a fleece jacket. And then don't forget the socks, booties, and hat. If you would like, they do sell things that would go over the car seat to keep them warm. We would just recommend that you don't buy anything that has something that goes underneath the harness. We would want something that only goes over the car seat. So an example that I have here is this would just slide over the top of the car seat, and then these are the holes that you could keep open when the infant's in the car seat. The nice thing about this is when the car warms up, if you want to make sure the infant doesn't get too hot with all of the other layers, this just comes right off. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video today on newborn infant car seat safety. Thanks for joining us.